Now it's straight berserk. Come on, guys. The bridge of bodies. The scene is in berserk.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another anime reaction here on the Genreverse YouTube channel. It is AVR2. We are here with our Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 21 reaction. I'm Kyle, my wife, Christine, our husbando, Brian Pulp Mythos here on YouTube. Check his channel out, link down below. After you watch this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell so you can be notified. Lots of great anime content, but also reactions, reviews, and podcasts covering all sorts of stuff in geek pop culture. More to come in the future, I sure do hope. We talk about cool stuff here, and we write about it over at lrmonline.com. More stuff there as well. Hoity-toity Oscar bait stuff, Emmy bait stuff, if you're into it. So are we. Page, screen, gaming, board, and video. It's all there. I've got an extra tab open, and it keeps confusing me. There's Brian's channel. I mentioned something about it earlier. Check it out. Linked down. Hello. One thing I had wanted to mention while I was editing episodes like 8 or 9, I think it's 9, and I think I just said this, and to these two.
Yes.
Thorfinn swears off hurting anyone else in that episode. Like after he comes back to, and he's like, "I'm not going to do it. I hit someone out of anger again, and I'm swearing off violence of that sort." And yet he just said basically, I could make it through 100 men, and that could be like the way his dad did it way back when in the gorge by just punching and breaking bones. That goes to that whole like warrior monk idea, fight when necessary, you know?
Yeah.
Which is a good place to be.
There's the exception sometimes to your own personal roles.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Life is not as black and white as people would like it to be. Coming off of Dr. Stone High, back to Vinland Saga.
I know, right?
Misery and death.
It's a good show, but
So
yeah,
good.
it'll bring you down sometimes.
Damn.
Yeah. It sucks. Right now I'm hungry. It's like
Not a good time.
not a good time.
Sliced flesh. Something wrong with you, Christine.
Well, I'm-
You're going to get paid. That will be... Tell you what. Pick a few men to build some quick, rough little houses out of wood and sticks. We'll put a few treasure chests in there with the money, and you guys can go pillage and pillage and pillage to your heart's content and just reset up the houses. Right now, shut up and do your job. No, he wants to take it intact. Yeah, you did.
Now it's straight berserk. Come on, guys. The bridge of bodies. The scene is in berserk. Like legitimately, this exact shot.
Call it inspiration. I mean, I'm
That's
sure.
fine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Berserk is iconic for many reasons, and one of them is its iconic scenes and imagery, and all the essay. So, yeah. And one thing that's funny is seeing his dad's ghost, so to speak, his conscience of sorts, showing him like, yeah, man, you were all upset about death and destruction, and you were going to make utopia, and you've done it with death and destruction. You've just traded one set of bloodstained hands for another in the world, which is something we pointed out a long time ago. Yes, when he starts thinking about God and what God does, God has slaughtered humans in droves. If you are a person of faith and you follow those stories, then yes, and as I do, God has slaughtered or ordered the wholesale slaughter of humans in droves. How do you rationalize that? Well, he's the creator of all. He comes out front and says, I am a jealous and vengeful God, and he has a goal in mind. And we're humans given free will by his some would say grace, some would say curse, but regardless, by his will, we were given free will above all other creations. I cannot question an authority like that. From a human perspective, yeah, it seems messed up. But at the same time, there's an ultimate goal in it. And you have, again, this is coming from a person in Christianity. There's certain things where you're like, it's above my pay grade to fully, truly understand. But I always try to just not humanize God. God sees ultimate good and evil. He's the one and only one of us that sees how thin the line can be on a cosmic scale. So when he says, yeah, these humans have to die for my end goal of salvation and a new not a new covenant, but a new world with believers, what gots to get done. Humans, however, we are susceptible to way more interference, way more, what's the word I'm looking for? We are very naive. We are very, very selfish, greedy, and we don't have any right to be, because none of us are actually greater than any other. None of us are deities. None of us are supernatural. Get what I'm saying? That's the difference. I think too many people, just like Canute did, humanize deities. I try not to. It's really hard sometimes, but I try not to. And I'm also not one of those that thinks God literally picks and chooses how and when everyone dies. I'm not God calls you up. Sometimes, sure. I think he's a lot more hands-off than some would like, but a lot more hands-on than others realize. Different ways.
Yeah.
Did I ramble too much? I'm
a little
sorry.
bit, but it's fine.
I'm glad I never got to hear that.
Yeah.
What'd you see? What'd you see?
This show is such a tease sometimes.
Yeah, not even showing us yet.
I know, right?
Your brother got stabbed in the hand because of your arm.
I'm thinking those villagers are going to kick your ass. Be like all mad at you and your family.
Your dad.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, no. And I told you you were not meant for combat way
Yeah.
back when we first met.
Guess there's too many wounded to kick his ass.
I don't think anyone but he and his brother know about his plan yet.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Look, some people have reactions like this to war, even soldiers. There are some who, when it finally hits, it's too much. In moments, you might say things or feel things about them, but war is not, as fond as humans are of it, it is not something that it's not something we should get used to.
Don't
And
romanticize it. And...
Don't romanticize it.
Yeah.
I would be lying if I said it can't, that it's never cool, it's never awesome riding out on these huge machines with big guns and the smell of weapons, lubricant, and freshly fired rounds that burned carbon. The diesel in the engines and the oil burning because the engines are crap. And look, there's a lot of people that do a lot of really cool stuff with it. But most of them that I know don't romanticize it. And because it's dirty, it's violent. And I won't necessarily make fun of someone who reacts like this. It might be very bad in the moment, you know, if it happens under fire, but it's not something to get used to, and he was never meant for combat.
Yeah.
At least you're not smelling burning flesh, bud.
But it might be like a sickening smell with the blood.
Is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a lot.
Old, dirty, drying blood is... Need to surrender. Negotiate. Excuse me? Oh, lady. Oh, lady. I know you're upset. Come on. Are you sure? You still think you're gonna do that? This is a guy meant for combat because he's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
He's got no conscience, really. Broken moral compass. Damn. It's up to you. Be smart.
Do you want to lose all your children? I just want to punch you.
Well, like she just mentioned the whole Norse thing. It's a cultural thing. It's a people thing. What's upsetting is how many people there are in the world right now that have had interactions with the Norse that have grown beyond that. We all have our war thirsty ancestors, and some of us not that far from them, right? But it was really good to see for a while most of us progressing beyond that. Because like I said, it's not for most people.
Well,
And it
here,
leaves scars.
pause it real quick.
Yeah.
And I know she's thinking, you know, like her culture has programmed her to, but it's like with your husband messed up and the potential of losing both sons, and you know, and then him right there, this old man, who's going to take care of you? Because the world back then isn't set up for women to thrive on their own. So, I mean, you should be, you know, caring for your children and yourself instead of the cause. But yeah, to me, I'd be like, I don't want to lose more of my family. But then, like, thinking further on, it's like, yeah, then what happens to me after I've, you know, enthusiastically sent my kids off to die? You know, just, it's stupid.
And they lose anyways. You know, you were treating your slaves pretty crappily. Karma's a bitch. This is true.
Yeah.
You're kind of at fault. So you'll be the one to surrender. You're all of a sudden being logical. Starts with someone.
Kills him right here.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I thought he was gonna stab him there when he was all up close. Ask for time to take minimal stuff. A few horses, some food. You might get lucky with some request like that. Aww. I'm gonna go try to slaughter the king. He's gonna just go join, try to say, hey, tell you what, they don't want to fight anymore. I'll fight for you guys. Kind of like Thorkel was. I'll fight for whoever. I just want to fight.
Die.
It's a way to look at it. I thought the cat had something. The sound sounded like something shaking. Yeah. But now you got one side wanting to surrender already. Thorfinn going to try to talk to Canute. Like, how's this going to shake out? We got some time. A few minutes. About 10. A little less.
トールスの子、トルフィンと申します。当農場に奉公しているものです。
Actually, you're free, but
王陛下にお取り次ぎください。
奉公人？てめえ奴隷だろ。
a few days ago.
奴隷はすぐわかる。家畜ってくせえからな。お前なんかじゃ話にならねえんだよ。ケティル一族が出頭しなければ戦を続けるだけだ。
私は王陛下と面識があります。名を伝えていただければわかるはずです。トールスの子、トルフィンが来たとお知らせください。
You're supposed to bring messages like that to leadership.
Yeah.
Like, ask him about his scar.
短い間ですが、王陛下のこの絵を務めておりました。
Oh.
目が覚めたか、チビ。てめえみてえな臭くてチビのこの絵がいるか、ボケ。
勘に触ったのなら謝ります。でも本当なんです。王陛下に私の名をお願いします。
おいおい、どうしたドロット。そいつまだ寝ぼけてんぞ。
No.
お前のげんこつじゃぬるいとさ。目覚めの悪い子だ。つまりお前のママみてえに優しく動かしてほしいわけだな。
King's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
何の騒ぎか分かったか。
あ、ケティルが死者をよこしてきました。ケティル自身の逃亡ではないので、部下たちが追い返そうとしていますが。
ナトミ軍を確認したか。
はい。農場の奉公人。
At least someone knows how to do their job.
I know, right?
トルフィンと名乗ったそうです。
Dun dun dun. Tell them to cease immediately.
わかる。小柄な男か。
はい。まさかご存知のものなんですか。
Yeah, he knows him.
いかがいたしましょう、陛下。お会いになりますか。
いや、
Oh,
必要はない。
oh, damn.
Griffith. Trying to be peaceful, man. Y'all
Yeah,
gonna
he
make him
is.
guts.
Yeah, that should be like a warning, it should set off an alarm bell. Your boy's tired. He hasn't laid a hit since the first sucker punch.
この状況を変えないと。
Someone's been taking bets.
Ooh.
Say he lost and now he can run away. Tactically withdraw.
なんでここに。
アホ、お前を止めに来たに決まってんだろ。いいから立て。とっととつながるぞ。こんな奴らに何を話したって無駄だ。おい、どうすもんだしね。毎度。
それ、どういう賭けなんですか。
うん、ああ、何発殴ったらおめえがペソ書いて逃げ出すかをかけてんのさ。死亡より
Are you gonna place a bet on yourself?
10発以下だ。20発以上にかけてるのもちらほらいるぜ。ほら、頑張れ。あと一発で寝て10発まで耐えろ。
So you can't reason with this. You have to kill them
そ
all.
の賭け、俺も一口になります。自分に賭け。
Oh.
俺が勝っても金はいりません。その代わり、王陛下とお話をさせていただきます。
Damn.
みんな聞いたか。面白いこと抜かしたんだ、このチビ。よーし、いいだろう。いい根性だ。
Yeah, but King already said he doesn't care to talk to him.
Yeah.
今誰もかけてねえのは。ああ、そうね。90発台までは誰かしらかけてるぜ。じゃあ
90s?
100発だな。
100?
100発耐えればお前の勝ちだ。負けたらお前の命をもらう。
Whoa.
いいでしょ
お前、トロフィー経験なんかのためにお前がそこまでする義理があんのか。
Not really.
It's not just about him, it's about the villagers.
Yeah.
勝手に戦わせておけばいいだろう。
う。俺はこの農場に流れ着いてよかったと思ってる。戦以外何も知らない俺を旦那様にパテールさん、
And you,
旦那様も
Niner.
見放さずよくしてくれた。お前とだって出会えた。お前だって本当は分かってるんだろう。受けたご恩をこのまま返せないままでいいのか。大丈夫だ、レイナル。殴られるのにもコツがある。俺は殴られ慣れてる。
I mean, there's ways to like roll with the punches and absorb some, but you're still gonna
Yeah.
just get hit. 100 hits is a hard thing to deal with. Was the bear trapped and wounded already? He's got a big scar on his face, so.
Yeah. Damn it.
Well, tomorrow we are expecting to finish this season up. 3 episodes in a row. Hopefully. What an intense episode. But like I said, it's kind of like I kept hoping Olmar would show up and just kind of negate all of it and be like, hey, we're surrendering. Thorfinn, I guess, would still want to try to negotiate, hey, let them all live, let them keep, like I said, a couple carts and a couple horses so we can go somewhere and try to survive, and maybe he could get that from Canute. I don't know if season 2 ends on any much better of a note.
Yeah.
Than it necessarily, definitely not that it started kind of bad, slavery and all that, but you had those little pockets of, hey, they're gonna have a chance, and that's in comes Canute with a chair. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, it's the 100 hit thing annoys me. I understand, there's the idea of the character trying to embrace pacifism, and I get all that. I see what the show is saying, but at the same time, there are lines where you do in life have to eat shit sometimes. That's part of it, and you do need to learn how to do it properly. Otherwise, you're just going to be constantly knocked
Eating
down or in a bad situation. So
Yeah.
you do have to know how. But there's a line in that sand where you got to fight sometimes. And this is one of those where I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christine, any other thoughts?
With Olmar, standing up and surrendering, being in a culture where that is just, he's probably going to get made fun of.
Forever.
Yeah. But it shows some strength.
Yeah.
So it's taken a lot of people to die in order for him to grow up, but I'm hoping better things for him. But I was kind of worried for a while that he would just be enslaved and he wouldn't learn from his mistakes, or like he would learn when it's, even more has been lost. So there's that.
Yeah. I liked it. I'm excited to finish the series and hopefully move on to something a little less depressing.
Something happy.
Something happier. I know Christine and I have one thing that's planned to be somewhat happy. One that might be like a dark comedy, and then one, well, I mean, it's a fairly open secret, guys. Later on this year, ReZero here on the Genreverse. So I've heard that has some ups and downs. Yay. Anyways, you guys subscribe, check out more reactions here on the Genreverse. Check out some of our other content, reviews, and podcasts. Hit our playlists tab, a really easy way to get a look at all sorts of stuff that we have going on. What we talk about, we write about, and write about more at lrmonline.com. Geeky, pop culture, hoity-toity, page, screen, gaming. You're into it, so are we. Brian, say something about your channel.
Hope Mythos. Check it out.
I did it right this time. I hit the right buttons. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. Bye.